What if the reason most people fail is not because they are weak? Not because they lack talent. Not because they are unlucky. But because they quit one step before their breakthrough? Every day, many people wake up tired before the day even begins. Some work hard but see no results. Some watch others move ahead while they remain stuck. Others carry family pressure, money problems, loneliness, or the pain of being ignored. After failing again and again, many slowly begin to believe one dangerous sentence. Maybe I can't do it. But life does not always test the strongest people. Sometimes it tests the people who are already tired. This is the story of a young man who taught an entire village what it truly means to never give up. In a small village surrounded by dry fields lived a young man. He was smaller, slower, and weaker than the other workers. The other young men carried heavy sacks, worked long hours, and earned praise from everyone. Whenever they looked at him, they laughed. He's too weak. He'll never become anything. He can't even do simple work properly. The young man heard those words almost every day. Still, every morning before sunrise, he went to work. He watched the experienced workers. He copied what they did and tried harder than anyone else. But every day ended the same way. Sometimes he dropped what he carried. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes exhaustion forced him to stop before the others. No matter how hard he tried, failure seemed to follow him. One evening, after another embarrassing mistake, he walked away and sat beneath an old tree. The sky glowed orange as the sun disappeared behind the hills. Nearby, an old carpenter was repairing a wooden bench. His hands were rough from years of work. His tools were old, but every piece of wood he touched seemed to become something useful. The carpenter noticed the young man and asked, "Why are you sitting here alone?" "I'm tired," the young man replied. "Tired of working?" the carpenter asked. The young man shook his head. "Tired of failing?" The old carpenter remained silent for a moment. Then he pointed toward a large house standing near the village. "Do you know why that house survives storms?" he asked. The young man shook his head. "Not because it was built in a day. Not because the builder never made mistakes. It survives because someone kept placing one piece after another. One board. One nail. One wall at a time." The young man listened quietly. The carpenter continued. "Strong things are not created overnight. Houses, bridges, and even people are built slowly. There are days when progress feels invisible. There are days when your work seems pointless. But those who succeed learn one thing." "What is it?" the young man asked. The carpenter smiled. "Keep building." Those two words stayed in the young man's mind. The next morning, before anyone else woke up, he returned to work. When others rested, he practiced. When others laughed, he stayed silent. When he failed, he tried again. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Yet progress was painfully slow. He was still weaker than the others. Still slower. Still overlooked. And little by little, doubt returned. Then one summer, disaster struck. Dark clouds gathered above the village. A violent storm arrived without warning. Heavy rain flooded the fields. Strong winds tore through homes. Panic spread everywhere. As the storm grew worse, several children became trapped inside a storage building near the river. Rising water blocked the entrance. The villagers tried reaching them. The strongest men fought against the floodwaters. But the current was too powerful. One by one, they were forced back. Fear spread through the crowd. Then the young man stepped forward. The rain struck his face. The wind pushed against him. The floodwater nearly knocked him down. Every step felt impossible. A voice inside him whispered, "Stop. You're too weak. Let someone stronger do it." But then he remembered the carpenter's words. Keep building. Step by step, he moved forward. Not because he was stronger. Not because he wasn't afraid. But because he refused to quit. After a long struggle, he reached the building, rescued the trapped children, and guided them through the flood to safety. When the storm finally ended, the village stood in silence. The young man everyone once called weak had done what others could not. For the first time, nobody laughed. Nobody mocked him. Nobody doubted him. That evening, the old carpenter found him sitting beneath the same tree. You were right, the young man said. The carpenter nodded. The strongest houses are not built in a day. And the strongest people are not either. If we see in our life, most people do not fail because they lack ability. They fail because they stop building when success is still under construction. You do not need to be the smartest. You do not need to be the strongest. You do not need to succeed faster than everyone else. Sometimes life is simply testing whether you will stop or continue. So if you are tired, rest if you must. But do not quit. Keep building. Because the small effort you make today may become the foundation of the success you stand on tomorrow.